Good morning. I'm sure my hair looks amazing. I just woke up. We're in the van. Joe is making coffee. I wanted to show Sam in the morning. We're gonna go for his hike.
Now.
Let's go. Let's go. Joe's making coffee. And good morning. We are at the Vienna Tunnel Hill trailhead, and Joe is just putting up the bike. I'm holding Samo, and we're going to go back to Tunnel Hill Town, where we were yesterday, and walk here today. That's our plan. Joe is getting the bike all set up, and here's Sam. And we're just getting our stuff together. All right, here we are back at Tunnel Hill, the town of Tunnel Hill, on the Tunnel Hill Trail. And we are getting ready to go to the Tunnel Hill. There's Joe and Sam. And that's where we hung out all day yesterday. Well, Joe rode back to pick us up. It's another crisp and beautiful morning. Yeah, I saw it. Oh, there's another American Discovery Trail. I also like that they have signs that are like, don't kill all the snakes, because they're actually taking care of the rodents. Because, you know, people kill snakes for some reason. But they're like, don't do that. And Tunnel Hill is ahead in 2/10 of a mile. And here we are. Woohoo! We are almost at Tunnel Hill. You can see all this slate they dug into. It's pretty amazing. We've been here once before with Sam, when we first got him, right? The first few weeks.
It was about
2
3 weeks.
It's kind of beautiful. It's a really neat feel. In 1929 they built this. Pretty remarkable. Look, it's very dark here.
It feels longer when you walk through it.
So much longer. I agree. Now we're getting ready to get back in the light.
This one does seem longer than you would imagine.
Yeah. Like, I'm always like, it's not a big deal. And then I get it and I'm like, oh, it's really dark. Oh my gosh, and I love the rock formation on this side. It's so different than on the other side. Okay, one look back at the tunnel. All right, so we have actually turned around for a minute because there's a bench and we decided we'd sit on it. We are getting ready to come to one of the first, well, the first big trellis, the first big trestle. We thought we'd sit down for a moment to change film and do things like that. So Joe has his fancy Leica camera, and he's gonna switch his film out.
Has nothing to do with it being fancy.
Well, fancy and old, I should say. How old is that camera?
1957.
1957.
The lens is 53, the camera is 57.
Wow. All right, we're getting ready to go over what we think is the Grand Trestle, but we're not quite sure. If so, it's the longest one. It's pretty amazing. Let's go, Sam. Oh. You have a treat. There's Sam posing on the bridge.
Yeah, I love that. Wait.
So this is the Grand Trestle. It's really beautiful.
It is so beautiful.
It's so warm right here.
It is. You can tell it's going to be warmer today for sure.
Yeah. Sam likes it too. He used to be kind of scared of bridges. Not anymore. That's one of the reasons we're getting him out here. Because we want to make sure he experiences everything while he's still kind of puppyish, so he doesn't get scared later on when he grows up. Joe and I were just talking about how we're getting ready to run out of trail. We only have one more day if we do 14 miles tomorrow. And we're coming upon the intersection of the Tunnel Hill and the River to River. And we could just take that trail. That trail goes on longer.
Ooh, there's a good idea.
We don't have our backpacking gear, so we really can't. But
it's almost 80 miles exactly in both directions. Sam's taking the river to river.
Sam's like, I'm taking the river to river.
There it is.
What is it, Joe?
It's like a bicycle. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to be. Keep the faith.
Huh.
I didn't notice that last time we were here.
I don't think it was here last time. I have a picture of it so we can look.
Faded, you know?
Yeah. Maybe it was on the ground, so we picked it up. That's the river to river. And that's the river to river.
Sam wants to do the river to river.
Oh man. He's ready for us to start running.
I know. Is he? I wonder if this is going to tire him out. He looks very tired out.
No. All right, this is the next trestle. And we're going to continue on the Tunnel Hill. This trail is just really pretty sometimes, especially if you have like just a little bit of time and you want to check it out. I would recommend doing the Tunnel Hill trailhead to the Vienna trailhead because it's just really beautiful. Most rail trails are pretty straight, so they don't have a lot of curves in them, and that changes the way you see the trail. Like you can always see how far you've got to go. But the Tunnel Hill has a lot of, it's kind of curvy, it kind of meanders. So it's really nice to have that change in your direction. That's what it looks like right now.
Coming to the trestle right here. There's one of the elusive Southern Illinois trail dogs. Hello, Sam. This stretch of the trail is my favorite. Allison just said that she would recommend doing it. I would too. It is from Tunnel Hill to Vienna is about 9.5 miles. Except for this one little town that used to be a ghost town and is not. I can't think of the name of it right now, but Sutton's Junction. It doesn't have any road crossings. There's also no water, so bring your water. But this is definitely the nicest stretch. This is one of my favorite trestles, probably my favorite one. It's really pretty. Check this out. It's not the biggest one. It is the prettiest one. Beautiful water. The junction that used to be a ghost town now has what I think is the only sort of trail specific place on the entire trail. There's a place you can rent bikes there, and they have water and ice cream and stuff, and they're open. I don't know if they're open all year because we've actually never gone there, but that is a place that you could definitely get some water. But it is pretty close to the Tunnel Hill stretch. From Tunnel Hill down to Vienna, there's not a lot. It's actually really hard to find a place to get water to filter either, because it's a railroad and so it's elevated. The water is usually way down on the side, but it's 9 miles. So today we're doing our standard thing, which we're loving. We have the bike at the other end, so I'll be riding it back. Pretty section. So there's the water. It'd be pretty tough to get down there to filter water. We hit this at about the perfect, it's not quite peak, but it's pretty darn close. And the temps are great. Ooh, there's something in the woods over there. What is it? Who knows?
We just had our sandwiches on the trail. So, and now.
About how we have our lunch time now is when we all walk very closely together.
Yes, look at Sam. This is how Sam walks when when we're eating.
Sam likes apples.
Sam loves apples. Just like we do. Especially the good ones. I like the bad ones though too. So now we're having our our lunch dessert. Trail lunch dessert. And a minute ago, Joe was eating his apple, and Sam almost grabbed the whole thing out of his hand. We're about 2 miles from Vienna, and it is called Vienna, not Vienna, even though it's spelled Vienna. Just because I think I should mention that. Anyway, it's really beautiful. Just wanted to show a little bit of the trail. Still a beautiful day. It's finally warmed up a little bit.
That's got to be in the mid-50s.
I think so, probably. So we've got about 2 more miles. Then Joe's gonna ride back. So we get to the trail twice. Lucky duck. But Sam and I just hang out in Vienna. There's the trail. We are coming into Vienna. We're getting ready to go under Interstate 24. We've seen our first 2 people on the trail today. You know, it's one of those 95% of the people go to 5% of the places, so fewer people, which is really, really nice. So there's I-24, and still going good. Probably have another mile and a half. There's Sam. All right, we're about half a mile or less to Vienna. Look, there's a Morse code thing. Da, da, dit, da. The Q for the telegraph. All right, mile 224. We have no idea what those mile markers actually mean. It's been a source of conversation for us for like many, many years. Since 2006.
224 miles from what?
Somewhere. We don't know where. They are consistent. They're actually a mile apart, but we don't know where this trail is 47 miles long, and yeah, we don't know what they're talking about. Oh, I think we were half a mile. Gosh,
oh, no,
we're here. This is Vienna. Here we are in Vienna. We'll see the bike in a minute. If you are doing like the 100 or the 50K out here, do they have a half marathon too? Or a marathon too?
Definitely have a marathon, because remember
They
were
all
the people.
smelled so good.
I was gonna say they were the ones that smell
Right.
like laundry.
Right.
You smell like death.
Yes. So if you're going to do the 100 miler, the 50 miler, or the marathon, this is where you end and start.
And start.
And in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, we are in Vienna. Joe is getting the bike together so we can ride it back to the van. And I'm getting this up together so Sam and I can just go hang out somewhere. If you come here, they do have like one of those bike fix-it stations where you can get all your tools. So if you need to change anything out, you can. And there's restrooms. I don't know if they're open all the time, but they were open today when we went by. And this place is really cool, but it's not open right now. You about ready, Joe?
Alrighty. Alright, see you in an hour and a half.
Alrighty, love you. There he goes. Alright, so we're gonna hang out here for I guess an hour and a half while he goes and gets the car. Alright, so Sam and I have found our little place that we're gonna hang out. He's rolling in the shade right now, and he just goes in the sun and rolls in the sun for a little while. But you can see we got our sandwich, we got water. It's pretty cute. You can like come and hang out in the shade. There's a trash can and also a grill if you want to use it. Pretty neat. I like it. Sam and I are gonna eat our sandwich, drink our water.